Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm Dan and this is the garage, and we are making progress on the rear axle reconditioning for the 1945 International K3 pickup. The rear axle we're working on is a 8.8-inch Ford rear end out of a 94 F-150. Previous episodes, we tore down and inspected the internals of the axle. It looked really great. I was able to contact through channels the salvage yard that the axle came from, and that truck apparently only had about 95,000 miles on it when it was taken off the road. So that makes sense with the little bit of wear that we found inside of it. Previous work we did on that axle was replace the wheel bearings, wheel seals. Last time we replaced the pinion seal and the crush sleeve and reset the preload on the pinion bearings and put that all back together. Off camera, I applied the rust conversion, and that's cooking away, getting ready for the next step, which is painting. But before we can paint, we have to rebuild the brakes. Now this is probably would be easier on the truck, but they're not on the truck. I have them clamped down onto the table. So we're going to reposition the camera, and then we're going to go ahead and clean the backing plates and throw some new brake hardware in these. So this is going to be a little bit different than typical process, but hey, it's all the same. So stand by and let's get these brakes redone. Yeah, like I said, I'm clamped to the table, the fab table here, just to make it easier, and also to make things a little bit more easy. I have it set up where the left brake is on my left, right brake is on my right, and that will make it about the only thing that's left-right specific on these is the wheel cylinder. And I already looked up, verified my part numbers. Yeah, these are CarQuest, but all this hardware came from all the parts I'm using on these came from Rock Auto. And so I have all my hardware, all the left-right specific hardware. I verified my part numbers. I got a drum hardware kit, and yep, you can see it. I have new brake cables, and I got a new set of brake shoes as well. So I'm going to do one at a time, so that way we have a reverse image picture of how this all goes together. Because because there's nothing worse than taking apart a brake and forgetting how it goes. And I'm using the old school tools, the kind of I'm blocking every single shot here. Yeah, that's sometimes just easier. Yeah. Oh, and if there's concern, these brakes are, no matter how old these brakes are, they're not older than 94, so there's no concern of asbestos in them. And if there is concern of asbestos, or if you do working on something old and there is you do suspect asbestos, one thing you can do is wet down your gaskets and your brake shoes and brake pads and keep them wet. That'll help prevent the fibers from getting in the air. And then also, wear appropriate PPE, Tyvek suit and respirator mask and whatnot. Corrosion isn't bad inside. On the back side, we got a little bit, but and they're just knocking it down with the sandpaper, and then just before we bolt it to the axle, hit it with some rust converter, and then some paint. Yeah. Alright, these small parts, I'm going to run these through the wire wheel before go any farther, just to clean them up, and I'll do it off camera. Well, the brake cables I ordered aren't exactly what I thought I ordered, so we're going to have to put brake cables on this later. So we will press forward with everything else, however. That's fine, though. Alright. Well, since I've done one of these, I can't remember if there's different diameter or different length. Alright. There is. Yeah, your leading shoe is larger than your trailing shoe. So goes there. That one goes here. first thing we do is put our parking brake lever on. Yeah. All right. The parking brake lever, when you pull your parking brake, this cams out, spreads the brakes. There's a little spring washer that keeps the tension, and then this U-clip goes on and just gets pushed around. Next is our spring retainers, our shoe retainers. And this is a press down and then a quarter turn to get it locked into the post. One of those things where it's usually a lot easier on the vehicle, but got it. And then same on the other one. And we do need our master cylinder. I know, should have put the master cylinder in first, but all right, and make sure I get the actuators. I don't know if I'm in. Yep. Had to rob these off of the old master cylinder, so I'm just going to put a smear of brake grease on them to give them a fighting chance. And the same. And these also I ran on the wire wheel to clean the corrosion off of them. Now the cable for the route for the auto adjust cable. That goes first over this. It gets routed down around here. And then it sits right there. And then our auto adjuster, I cleaned this up on the wire wheel, and I put some brake grease inside the cap and on the threads, because I don't know how long this brake is going to be sitting before these springs are color coded, except they're all rust on the I guess we can clamp down our brakes so we don't slide anywhere. All right. first spring is the bottom spring. Just gonna try to, maybe not, maybe it is the top spring that's first. It's been a minute since I've done anything this old. Maybe it is. Nope. It is. Blues on the bottom. Alright, we got this guy. This is the spreader for parking brake action. Oh, we got them in. Okay, next one is the long top spring. It hooks up in here, that pivot, and then that goes. Yep. All right. Got the top springs in. Got that cable in. Got the parking brake spreader in. Let's drop the auto adjuster. And the blue spring. Just turning out the auto adjuster so it doesn't fall out. There. Make sure everything is seated where it needs to be. Now let's break in. All right, we may be able to, it shouldn't be too much of a problem to get that when we get the right parking brake cable. All right, and then we got one loaded drum brake for the truck. Now we do it again. Ooh. And it came with a new plug. Ha. Look at that. All right, and again, use the assembled brake as a guide. That's a trick I learned back when I was, what, 15, with my 1980 F-150. And I could do away with the parking brake cables and just put a hydraulic lock in the rear brakes. It's always an option. All right, I'll clean everything up and I'll bring you guys back for reassembly. All right, we are back from wire brushing off parts. Kind of wish I would have had the foresight to evapor-rust these, but well, look at these are living inside the brakes. These are going to get water and moisture and road crap on them. So unless I was gonna do some home zinc plating, I don't think there's much I can do. I don't think there's much that Evapor-Rust is gonna do to help them. And like that, we have a pair of complete brakes for our Ford axle, ready to get bolted on once we're done with rust conversion. So that's that. So that's another small task marked off. Well, got the brakes, rear brakes assembled, except for the parking brake cable, but that's on me for not looking close at the pictures when I ordered. Those must be the intermediate cables that go between the cables that connect to the drums, and then the single cable that actually goes up to the what would be the parking brake pedal in the F-150 that these brakes belong to. But I don't know. I may, since I got to plumb in this whole brake system on the truck anyway, I may do a hydraulic parking brake. So we'll see about that. But next time you see these brakes and probably the axle itself, it'll be fully assembled and painted. I don't think I'm going to film that because that's kind of boring. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscriptions. Please share this with anyone you think may like this type of content. And we're getting really close to throwing this axle in the back of the truck. bolting it up to the back of the truck and having rear suspension on the truck. So yeah, I need to get working on getting a set of wheels put together for the rear of this thing. So uh, yeah, all the thanks, and we'll see you again. See you again next time.